In this video, I tried not to screw up a laser CNC engraver.
This is the Old Guy Network.
Yep. Welcome back to the Old Guy Network. I'm the Old Guy, the OG, Jay, and you know, it's a beautiful day in the trailer hood. It's actually starting to warm up. We're looking at temperatures reaching almost 42 degrees today, so I'm pretty happy about that. Before we get started with the video, I just want to shout out to all the dozens of people who watch my videos on a regular basis. Thank you so much. Over 450 now. That's how many subscribers I have. I'd like to see a whole lot more, though. I'd like to get to 1,000 before summer. We've got a few weeks to do that. I mean, we're about a week and a half until springtime. Then we go through spring, then summer. So there's still time. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. And when you do, hit that notification bell. You won't miss any of the videos. So what we're doing today? Well, yesterday I broke my CNC machine, which I had waited a very long time to get. And, you know, that's I was really upset when it first happened. But then I calmed down a little bit and started to think, you know, I didn't want a carving CNC machine in the first place. I wanted the laser engraver CNC machine. That's what I wanted. And as far as I know, I still have that. What I need to do is to take off the carver, put the control board back on, hook everything back up, rewire it, and put the laser on, install that, and then learn how to do that. And that's what this video is today. We're going to take it right from the ground up. I'm going to show you just what I'm going through. And can I do this? I don't know. I have no idea. At this point, after breaking the carver, you know, I'm feeling pretty damn dumb right now. But you know, things get broke. We break things, you know, so we just move forward. So here we go on my big adventure of constructing a CNC machine with a laser. This is the control board for the CNC machine, and I have all kinds of different places to plug stuff in, but I don't know which one is for the laser. I know where the carver goes in, but it's not in the same place. So I'm going to get my voltmeter out and see if I can figure out where I'm getting 12 volts and make sure that I'm not getting constant voltage. And you know, I'll know where to plug this darn thing in once we get started here. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Well, it appears I don't need my voltmeter right now. I took another look at the control board, and the connection for the laser is a 3-pin connection, and as you can see, I have 4 connectors here, and 3 of those are for the step motors, and I know which ones those are, and those are 5 volt. The only one left over is a 12 volt, which makes sense. It's a laser, it's got to have more power. So I know where the connection is on this now, so let's see if we can't put this thing together. First step is to remove the carver, or the router as I like to call it, from the machine itself. And that's pretty simple. Just one screw and it comes right off. Now I'm going to take the bit out so I don't stab myself with it, because you know I will. That's pretty simple. Now there's no wires on this thing right now. Nothing is hooked up, so I don't have to worry about shocking myself yet. But it's still early. Oh, let's reach over here, and this is the laser. I caution you, when you're using this laser, treat this like any kind of dangerous device. This right here, this is where the light comes out. Now this isn't like a laser pointer. This will actually burn right through your retina into your brain. Don't do that. Always keep this pointed away. I don't care if it's on, if it's not plugged into anything. Treat it like a loaded gun. Now, all we need to do is set that in, and there is a focus ring. Focuser? I don't even know if that's a word. Just got to make sure that you can get to that focus ring, and now we'll tighten this back in. Now, there are 4 little ridges inside the circle up in here, that I put this in. There's 4 little ridges, and that mounts the laser correctly. Pretty simple, right? Hey, we have the laser mounted. Now all I have to do is hook up the control board and mount the control board to the CNC machine. Now we know that these 3 over here, those were for the step motors. That's if I had a 3-prong connection on my step motors. I don't. I actually have the 2-prong. But the logic is still the same. These are for step motors or for a device that is 5 volt. And the step motors are actually going to go in here. So we can plug that in now. I know Z, which is always the top one. That one's going to go right in there because it says Z on it. And then we're going to hook up X and Y. Now, I can't remember which one was X and which one was Y, but I'm not too worried about it because it's a very easy thing to change over if you need to. And when I put the software on here, it's actually going to let me test all the axes and make sure that they're hooked up correctly. So if they're not, I'll just change it over. It's a piece of cake. Next thing we're going to do is mount this to the back of the CNC machine. And if you can see right here, let's put this down. These little nuts in here, well, I installed those when I put this together. They go inside these 2 rails here. And as you can see, there are 3. And all I need to do is take some screws, put this up here, and screw them into the nuts, and voila, it'll be mounted. So I've got those in there now, and actually I can only find 4 screws. I've lost one, so the other nut's just going to slide around in there. That should be okay. So we'll just tighten these up. And where do you put the control board? Anywhere you want. And if it's in the way of something you have behind it, well, just loosen the screws and slide it. And you don't have to tighten that very hard. It's just holding the control board on there. So we've got the laser right here that we're going to hook up, and we know that this is the one we want to go to. And the step motors, the servos, those are all hooked up, ready to go. The only thing else that we need to hook up is the power supply, and that goes, let's get this in frame, right down in here. So I'll just hook that up, and we'll be good to go, I think. Now remember, I'm doing this in my studio, and it is very, very tiny. So it's a good thing that this CNC machine isn't very big, because I'd be in trouble if it was. I have hooked up the power supply, and I forgot I also had to hook up the USB cord, and I've done that and hooked it into the computer, so we'll be able to control this eventually. The only thing to do now is to turn it on and hope for the best. And I've taken a little envelope and put it right here. Just in case the laser does come on and sets it on fire, it'll just look better on the video. So why not? So here we go. Here goes nothing.
It's alive!
Okay, the CNC machine is on. We have a red light on the laser itself. Let's bring this over here. You can see the little red lights on. And the laser is not shining down on the paper. Now we push this button and the laser shines on the envelope at very low power. Right there. And that's how we focus the laser, and that's how we determine where it's going to cut. So far, this looks like it's working exactly the way it's supposed to. I'm pretty happy about that. Now, the next Herculean task is to learn how to actually operate this thing, and I'm going to scour the interwebs and try to figure out just how to do this. Now, there is a program called Lightburn that I've heard a lot about. I'm going to check it out, see if they have a free version first, because I'm sure you got to pay for it, and see if I can actually get this thing to work. Now, am I worried about breaking it this time? No, not like I was worried before about breaking the carver, because, oh, look, I did. Everything else still works on this machine. The access motors, they still work. The step motors, they still work fine. Everything with the programming works fine as far as the machine itself. It was just the cutting head. That's the problem. It was turning on because I fried the control board. But it seems that the control board portion for the laser still works exactly the way it's supposed to. So I'm going to get busy now. So come on back to part 2, and we'll see if I actually learn how to do this. Hopefully, lightning can strike twice, so they say. You know, I can learn a new trick. Old guys can learn new tricks sometimes. So that's going to do it for right now. Thanks for joining me for this video. If you liked it, hit like, hit share, hit subscribe, and I'll see you back here in the trailer hood next time. I'm the old guy. For the Old Guy Network, I'm the OG, and I'm out.